Today we'll be building a new swale, or marking out a new swale, and this is to feed these zipets. Now I asked myself, if somebody would let me open a hose in this field, where would I have to have it start? And it would be here. So if I had to leave a hose running here for 24 hours, it would be here, so it can then fill up that zipet, that zipet, that zipet, fill up the different ones. So we'll have the exit point of the swale over here. Now where I want to catch the water from is all the way over there, from the road and from the areas that the water doesn't come into my property. So that big pole there, that is my border. That is about 50 meters away. However, for me to go from here to there, I have to cross a little ridge. This is a little ridge here, and I have to cross a little river. Now if you're willing to dig a little and use the bulldozer approach, or use just brute force, you can dig a straight wall from that pole straight to this thing here. But when Jeff Lawton made his Greening the Desert film, he said that they put in extra long swales. So we're gonna put it in, and I have a feeling that it's going to run all the way there, almost to the tripod of the camera there, and then around here. Then it's going to probably do some interesting things around this little riverbed here, and then at some stage it will need to exit this river, cross, and then go through those little bushes there and exit towards the road there. So much longer probably than we are anticipating. Okay, so let's run through the equipment quickly. This is called a dumpy level in our country. I'm not sure what it's called in your country, but basically it's a little telescope looking device with a, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to see, with a cross inside, and then, or with some lines inside, and then there is a thing that shows you whether it's level or not, a little mirror that gives you a top view of the bubble, and then the bubble you adjust with these three little knobby things here. You look through that, you get a Hendrik to hold the pole for you, and the pole looks different for different countries. I'm sure in America, I'm sure it's in inches. Here it's in centimeters. If you want to be very specific, you can work with it like this, yellow, white, yellow, white. Or if you want to be a little bit less specific, you can work in this. So this is 10 centimeters. Each one of these are 10 centimeters. Each one of those little dotty things or open spaces are 5. So then you have to decide on your tolerances. We'll be working with a 10 centimeter tolerance like that. And up and down, when we'll tell ourselves we'll fix that tolerance with the shovel. The reason for that is, if you don't work with some sort of tolerance, then you're gonna get hung up on whether you have to place your little stick there or there, and then it's going to take forever. So you have to decide how much tolerance you're gonna allow yourself, and then yeah, let me stop talking, put it on the tripod quickly and show you what we do. Oh, the other interesting thing that we are doing is we try to use ash, and this is ash and sand mixed from a hole that, Henzo, when did you make that fire?
Last week Saturday.
Saturday, 5 days ago, while I was getting my ribs kicked in. They made some biochar. Hendrik is still enjoying the idea. So today, yeah, anyway, so this is still very hot. They couldn't get enough ash from the biochar that they made. 5 days later, can you imagine? So today we are using cement, which is not normally a marking substance, but today we're going to use a bag of cement, because I want to be at work tomorrow and I want the guys to be able to continue here. After about 15 minutes of work, this is what we managed. So the swale doesn't go the way I thought it would. I thought it would go all the way there to the tripod, but it goes here, then there, then there, then takes a very sharp turn, comes back over here, comes back over there, and then over here. Now tonight we're not going to move the bushes because this is what keeps the horses out of the food forest, but we'll start marking. We'll reset up on that side, and then we'll continue to see if we cannot reach the road eventually with this thing. Just a quick note, so when you reset your dumpy level, you move it, and then that takes quite a bit of time. So if you plan better than I do, then you can put it on a better spot to begin with. Then you have to get your new level, because now obviously it's not going to be at exactly the same spot than it was before. So that was the previous time, it was on 17. I place it on one of the old marks. Now I check what it is now, and then that is what we use for the next marks until we move the dumpy level again. So I think that it will come from there to here and then go out there, but it might also go through these trees. If it goes through these trees, then I'll have to move the dumpy level again, which is a schlep. Moremi joined. Enzo said he wanted to learn the equipment, so he marked that spot, and he's going to continue now for the rest of the afternoon. I'm just going to supervise and give advice, and then next time he can go and build people's swales, which is a fantastic thing. So the idea is he looks through the lens, tells Moremi to go either higher or lower. Moremi uses his eyes to find a higher or a lower spot there, and then when it's ready, when it's in the mark, then he tells him to mark it on the ground, and then it happens. And then Moremi, once he found his mark, then takes a drop of cement. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have something better to mark with. Come on, mooi merk, and then that we join all of the dots, that dot, that dot, that dot, and then all of the dots on that side, and that way we will maybe triple the amount of water that runs into our food forest, because this has got a huge catch up area on that side that doesn't currently come into our land. Whoop. Okay. Alright, so this is our final tally. It was supposed to go from there, just straight through, all the way to that pole there. What happened is it went from there, down there, then back here again, back over here, and then went through here, and then instead of going to the pole like we hoped it would, it went all the way. Let me just jump through this fence quickly, all the way through there, but the sun is setting now, so we're gonna knock off. It went all the way to that water tank down there, and then it started coming back up again. So our catchment area, let me show you the last mark from where it would have been to where it actually is now. It made a little circle here, so it goes. This is now where we'll be picking it up from the road, coming in here, going there in a little half moon, turns, and then it heads back probably about 50 meters, and only then it enters the food forest. And that is the miracles of a contour line. You can imagine where it is and you can guess, but when you pull out the level, then it will show you a whole new world. That is the end of day 38. If you want to see how the swale turns out, it's not going to be a very high swale, but it's going to be a very productive swale. If you want to see how that turns out, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I will see you tomorrow.